now comes along Universal's Hobbs and Shaw, the first spin-off in the blockbuster Fast and Furious franchise. The movie headlines series stars Dwayne Johnson, who famously had a parting of the ways with Vin Diesel on the set of The Fate of the Furious, and Jason Statham, alongside newcomers Vanessa Kirby and Idris Elba, who plays the bad guy. Hobbs and Shaw opened to a promising $181 million at the global box office over the August 2 to 4 weekend and faces little competition for weeks to come. But it will ultimately need to earn north of $700 million to be considered a success, considering its production budget of at least $200 million before marketing. One hitch. Hobbs and Shaw came in on the modest end of expectations in North America, meaning it will need even more gas overseas. The pick has yet to open in several major markets, including China, where Fate of the Furious earned nearly $400 million in 2017. On social media, Johnson has thanked his fans and co-stars for expanding the Fast and Furious universe. That's a sentiment shared by Universal, where the franchise proper will presumably wind down with Fast and Furious 9, May 22, 2020, and Fast and Furious 10, April 2, 2021. The spin-off, directed by David Leitch of Deadpool 2, gives the studio new characters to work with, in addition to those played by Elba and Kirby. There are 2 high-profile cameos by Ryan Reynolds and Kevin Hart. All 4 actors could potentially join Johnson and Statham in any future Hobbs and Shaw installments. The result for Hobbs and Shaw shows that with the right characters, a huge brand like Fast and Furious can begin the universe-building process that has become de rigueur in today's movie business, says Paul Dergarabedian of ComScore. Given the inherent global appeal and August release date, the film should enjoy long-term playability as the final big-budget tentpole of the summer. Hobbs and Shaw is a needed win for Johnson, and marks his biggest box office debut in North America outside of the last 4 Fast and Furious installments. It's also the biggest domestic opening of the summer outside of Disney movies and superhero picks, topping John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, $56.8 million. Excluding Hobbs and Shaw, the 8 Fast and Furious movies have reaped almost $5 billion in ticket sales at the global box office, making it Universal's biggest franchise. Furious 7 ranks No. 1 with $1.5 billion, followed by the most recent film, Fate of the Furious, $1.2 billion. Not adjusted for inflation. Not everyone is completely won over by Hobbs and Shaw so far. Hobbs and Shaw scored a solid debut. However, it certainly didn't earn its Fast and Furious stripes. The brand itself is titanium, especially overseas, and this spin-off certainly didn't hurt momentum in any way, says box office analyst Jeff Bock of Exhibitor Relations. Spin-offs themselves are usually an overeager bunch at the box office, most of them veering off in a direction dictated by a studio's box office hunger rather than true yearning from audiences. He continues, "I would rather they'd stick with traditional Fast and Furious flicks from here on out. Unless, of course, it explodes overseas." If you like this video, please hit like and subscribe to Tom Snout. Have a nice day.